Hello and welcome to another Season 2 episode of the Leong Form. Now we've got 2 guests today, but only one of them will be speaking because the other's specialty is in leadership and not quite the speaking sort of leadership.
You mean me?
No, not you.
Okay.
Our guest.
Lim Lee Lee joins us on the show today and is every bit an optimist, full of grit and boundless determination. Now, give her a glass and she always sees it as half full rather than half empty because the catch is Lily can't see. She was born premature with congenital cataracts that led her to lose her sight. So she depends on a pair of eyes down by her knees, and they belong to her guide dog, Hesta. And it therefore shouldn't come as a surprise that Lily is a strong advocate for the use of guide dogs as a mobility aid for the visually impaired here in Singapore.
And that's not all. Lily is an accessibility and arts advocate, theatre and film producer, entrepreneur, writer, disability arts trainer. I can go on and on and on, but we only have, a limited amount of time. But notably, she's also co-founder and general manager of Collective Perspectives. And they are a social enterprise that empowers, enables, as well as equips persons living with disabilities or PwDs to unlock their potential. Now, she also received the Chok Tong Enable Award in 2022. Is she extraordinary or what, right? So Lily, welcome to the Leong Form. Hesta, you as well.
All right. So hi, Lily and Hesta. Okay. Before we start chatting, right, Lily, we're going to warm up. Okay, warm up our brains, warm up our vocal cords.
My brains are always warmed up. Come on.
Yeah, sort of. We're going to play a little word association game, okay, Lily?
Okay, let's try.
So what you have in front of us, we have a buzzer.
Yes.
Yours is red.
Yours is red, Sandy's yellow, mine is blue, and they'll make strange sounds. So what we'll do is, for example, I will throw out a first word, and if you find that a word that associates with it, you press your buzzer. First one that presses will answer the question, and then the word goes on from there, the association, okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get it right, 1 point. You get it wrong, no points, minus points. The points don't matter.
That's why, though.
The points, we don't care.
Okay, the points don't matter. Okay.
Points don't matter, but we just, competitive ma. All right, I'll start, all right? So it's between you and Stanley. Ready?
Lily,
Here we go. The
ready?
first word is guide. Go.
Tour guide.
Tour. Okay.
Tour.
Bus.
Wheels.
Car.
Lamborghini.
I was going to say chung, but never mind. Speed.
Speedometer.
F1. What? F1.
Racetrack.
Road.
Works. We have that all over the place.
Broadcaster.
Huh?
Works. Broadcaster?
Why?
Why?
You say work, right?
Yeah, works.
Works.
Because you said the word was road. I said works.
Oh, road works. Okay.
I thought media works. Broadcast.
That was the old.
That was the old.
Cement.
So, okay, I tell you what. We I think we're warmed up enough.
Yeah, we've cemented this. I think we all warmed up.
Yeah, Hester, you warmed up already? Okay.
Hester's got a very thick coat,
Hester's
so she's
very
always
cool.
warm.
All right, let's jump right into it, shall we?
All right.
With Lily, because we've got some ground to cover with this turning points in your life. Speaking of life, memories of life, Lily, before you lost your sight, how did you prepare for that? Because it was gradual, was it?
No, for me, I was discovered being totally blind when I was 7 months old because people try to put objects in front of me to identify. As babies, right? Around the age when people put something in front of you, you stretch and take the object and explore, right? But for me, I completely have no sense that something was in front.
Right.
So then somebody, because at that time, my mom put me with a neighbor because we were staying in a kampong. So some neighbors always come around to help. So then my neighbor told my mom, say, hey, I think your daughter is blind. Better go and get it sorted out. And then that's what they did. So when they learned that I was blind, they were very frenzy. My parents, they went around going church, temple, whatever they can find, just to seek for a cure. Until at the age when I was Sec 1, I told my parents, I said, you stop this because there's no cure, then why waste the time, waste the money? I'm happy with my life, just let me live like
Sec
this.
1, so that was with 13
Very
years
long.
old already.
Yeah, very long, yeah.
Wow.
So they've been trying to search for a cure for a very long time. And every time when I protested, they were like not happy. So finally I put a stop and I say there's no point going for this, that. If it's what it is, then live life, That's what I said.
That was rather interesting though, because you were yourself so young, right, in your early teens, and you were already accepting the fact that there might likely be no sort of cure, right, if you like, for lack of a better word, a cure for loss of sight. But your parents were still at it. What was it that made you feel like, this is life, I'm prepared to live out the rest of my life without needing this cure, so to speak?
No, what happened was when I was 7, I had a very freak accident where there was internal bleeding in my brain.
Oh.
So when they sent me to SGH, I was, I think, as good as dead. So the doctors were saying that if they manage to revive me, okay, I'll acquire another disability, perhaps paralyzed or being cared for life, which means I'll be like a useless person. But when I was out of ICU and then when I was discharged, my parents took the doctor's word as the Bible. And they didn't allow me to do anything but just to lie there. But as a young person, I was like, oh my God, if I'm going to lie there for the rest of my life, I'm going to die like that. I don't want. I mean, at the age of 7, I was already thinking of that. So I pleaded with my grandparents. My parents would say that I wanted to walk. But they still say, oh, doctor say that you can't walk. I say, no, I want to try. So after 6 weeks or so, they relented. And then I started walking. So the funny thing was when I went for my post-op check and stuff like that, right? The doctor asked my mother, I told you she cannot walk. Why is she walking into my clinic? Then my mom said, I don't know. She said she wanted to walk. So we just let her try and she did. And the doctor was even amazed that I could walk into his clinic and not being carried or whatever, So that's why I find that, no, life shouldn't be like this. Life should be more than what you lie down and stuff like that. But at that time, because I missed primary 2 for 6 months, so when I went back, I was really very bad at my school, and I was retained, obviously, right? So then, so a lot of things happened, competition and stuff like that happened. But finally, when I went to secondary school, I was quite happy to leave the primary school of me behind. Although it was quite happy because we had a system whereby blind children would stay in the school from Mondays to Fridays to learn, besides academic, we also learn domestic chores as well as teamwork and stuff like that.
And this particular experience, I believe, through an earlier conversation we had, Lily, was unique because we don't have that opportunity now for those who are visually impaired.
Huh?
Yes.
Really? Yeah.
Right.
Yes. The system closed in 1985.
What?
And now what happens is blind kids don't have the opportunity to learn as much as I do. I mean, to learn gardening or cooking or even prep yourself a meal or wash clothes, iron and whatever. So now even parents are finding difficult to let go of their blind kid when they're of age.
So the independence is not taught or lost then? I mean, I don't understand. Why would the system do that?
Because I think they couldn't find people to,
Resources.
resources to take care of the kids. I mean, from Mondays to Fridays.
Right, I see.
But yet they had the resources, back when you were growing up.
Yeah, I think also because when people receive more education, they have got more career paths to take.
I see.
That's why when they are advertising for this role to take care of blind kids, right, where we call them house mothers, so to speak, they don't have applicants from Singapore that will apply. Yeah.
So for example, if you say this doesn't happen right now or nowadays, what I guess you are trying to help, right? The system what are you doing in terms of that? In terms of giving aid, educating, and all that.
For this, because I'm only one person, I cannot have the liberty to go to the person's house to do more than what I wanted to do. So Guide Dogs Singapore has been instrumental in this, whereby a few years ago, they have this independent living skills whereby if let's say the blind person indicate that they want to learn this or they need to learn that, then they will send their orientation specialist or, to teach independent living skills to go to their house and to probably design or help them to adapt their house to be suitable for a blind person to live safely in the environment.
Independently,
yes,
right?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, which is something actually, Lily, I find remarkable that you are living independently on your own in a new housing estate. Tell us more about the day-to-day things that you are able to do that I think may fascinate our audiences.
If let's say I go for grocery shopping, I'll cook my own meals because sometimes I feel that I want to have some therapy in terms of cooking.
Cooking is therapy.
To take a break from work or something, right? So I'll just cook my own meal. Or sometimes we will take a walk downstairs and sometimes Hesta will take me to places that I don't know exist. Like she will take me a path that leads to Coney Island.
Oh, what? She's been reading the map, has she?
Yeah. So we're living quite near Coney Island. So she'll take me and say, no, today we're not going Coney Island. Because I'm scared I don't know how to come back.
So basically when you go for a walk, you just let Hesta guide you.
No, I have to know the route so that in the
okay.
event when she goes astray, I know that, this is not the right way. I need to know how to come back. Yeah.
My goodness. And this is like you having a sixth sense, really. How do you do that then?
Yeah, nowadays there are Google Maps, there are Apple Maps, there are
Of
One
course.
Map. So you have to use the voiceover on your phone to know the direction where she is. Or let's say if really you don't know where, right, there's this app called Be My Eyes.
Okay.
Or whereby you can call a volunteer. The volunteer can be living anywhere in the world. And you can point the camera and they can tell you what they see.
Oh.
Yeah. Then that's also a point whereby a compass whereby will guide you like, where do you need to find or how do you need to find your way back?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can always call me Lily.
Okay, I will.
You can't see properly.
Excuse me, I just said Lao Hua, but otherwise can kind of see. Right. But I mean, it's amazing, that you're able to live so independently. But, sight, despite not having sight, Lily, I believe your other senses have been heightened as well. I've met you outside and you're able to pretty much navigate and do a lot of things rather independently. Tell us how sight, despite the loss of it, has heightened your other senses and how have you continued to sharpen those other senses?
It's when you lost your sight or lost a certain functional abilities, I think you will definitely want to make use of others to, a lot of people say compensate, but I think it's not compensate, but to help you do things or get around safely so that you can live life. Otherwise, if you are doing recklessly, you acquire another disability, and then it could be the end of you or the end of your independence,
Yeah. Because it's quite interesting that we are talking about disability this way. Or in 2018, I directed the True Colours concert.
Yes.
And it was the first time, I'm not proud to say it, first time that I've come in contact with persons with disabilities or differently able people. And it was a concert where they danced, they sang, they were doing wheelchair
dancing,
acrobatics. And I looked at it and I went, wow, this is really something that we take our abilities for granted. So immediately all the stereotypical impressions of, persons with disabilities just ran out the window. So what are some of those impressions that you've encountered, and then you go like, come on, seriously guys, it's furthest from the truth. Do you have some of those examples? If people think that, I'm visually impaired, therefore, ...
Yeah. There are so many that I can tell you. One of them I encountered was this person was sitting on the bus just recently. I think this person think I was deaf.
Huh?
No, because when we're sitting on the bus, I was sitting on one side,
Right.
and she was sitting on the side opposite me. So she suddenly just go, hello, darling, hello, darling, hello, darling, all the way during the bus ride. Then to me, I'm like, who are you talking to?
That's true.
Where is the darling? I don't hear any baby screaming or entertaining you. So I'm thinking you must be talking to Hesta, but forget about it because I'm not going to answer you. You're not talking to me, So later when I said, hey, come, let's go. I tell her, I said, because our bus stop is there. So after that, I said, hey, come, let's go. Then she's starting, she can speak. Oh, bye, darling.
Oh dear.
So I went out the bus laughing. And I'm like, okay. The impression is that I cannot speak, I cannot hear. But the thing is, I chose not to speak to her because I don't know what is her reaction.
Well, darling.
And then she was expecting Hester to respond, but Hester was not responding. And the hello, darling goes louder and louder.
Maybe he's talking to the bus driver.
Certainly hope not, darling. Right. So it looks like that's one stereotypical response, right? You think okay, someone with a disability might have
another disability unknowingly.
Right,
Which they don't know, you see.
Right.
So sometimes when I take Hester out for a walk, so usually when I'm walking downstairs, usually I don't use the leash because I want her to also enjoy the walk. So sometimes people will come and disturb her, will come and pet her, and then she'll lose direction. Then after that, I say, hey, wait, where are we? Then they'll say, what are you waiting for? And I said, why? I said, who are you talking to? She's talking to. Then she say, talking to your dog. I say, oh, talking to my dog. Then you ask her what is she waiting for. Then after that, I will say, well, she's supposed to guide me for a walk, but you have disoriented us. So now I need to find my way back.
Right.
So they, oh man, then can I tell you how to go back? And I said, okay, thank you. Just point me the way.
Because I think people, so this is the way we come to the next point, right? People still don't know, and I mean, it's no fault of society because it's all about awareness and education.
It's understandable,
Yeah.
right?
When you see a guide dog and with someone else, and the dog has this, I'm looking at Hesta now, it has a sign.
That says do not distract.
Do not distract.
Guide dog at work.
Correct. And so how are you educating society?
Sometimes if I take the leash and then if she gets, one thing about Hester is she's very good in that when she's at work, right, she knows that there's another person entertaining her, she will not respond to strangers. But let's say if there's no harness, obviously when she knows that she's only on the leash, she'll try to respond.
Right.
So usually I'll have to anticipate her response before I tell her no. So sometimes when she started to pick up speed from a constant speed, and I'll tell her, leave it. And then some people will be quite, why you ask her to leave it? I'm like, no, you're not supposed to distract her.
Yeah.
Because whether is it a leash or is it a harness on, if she walks faster, if I'm not okay with the footing, I might just fall.
Exactly.
So usually I will always tell her to leave it, and she'll always stay and leave it.
But that's the thing, you say you walk around with her sometimes without the leash.
Without the harness.
Without the harness.
Yeah.
Okay. So which means she's not.
So I said, if you want to communicate, just talk to me. So then, usually I will educate people and say, you can play with her, you can talk to her, your dog can interact with her, but please talk to me first.
Right,
so that I know it and I can allow it or I can disallow it. I also have to judge whether if the dog on the other end is fierce or not fierce, will it bite or not bite. So these are the things that I have to judge before I allow Hester to play.
Right. And I think it's just basic courtesy, right? To address the owner of the dog rather than straight away think that the dog is going to be speaking with you.
The dog's going to talk back some more.
And then they just wave at her, expecting her to reply her, right? I wave, you must come.
Yeah.
I said, no, you don't forget that I'm still holding you.
That's right. And Hester, I believe, is such a God-given. It's been a long time coming that you were waiting to have a guide dog after your previous guide dog, whose name is Nice, spelled nice, who was really a lovely dog as well, retired. So it took a while for you to be able to then wait for Hester to be assigned to you. Tell us more about the process of even getting a guide dog. It's pretty many steps and hoops to jump through, isn't it?
Yeah, because while you're waiting for the dog has to be trained in, because Guide Dog Singapore don't have our own puppy raising programs. So they tie up with Guide Dogs Victoria and a Japan organization in Osaka. So what happened is when the dog goes through its puppyhood training, let's say from 8 weeks old to like 12 months to 14 months old. So during this period, they would be exposed to supermarkets, they'll be exposed to the roads, to buses, to trams, to trains, to anything. And even in the home environment, they will be desensitized with sounds like vacuum cleaners or your air fryer or whatever machines that make noise. After that period, they will go back to the organization where then they will have to go for a test to know whether if this dog is suitable for guide training. So if they are, then the Guide Dog Singapore side here will send the only guide dog mobility instructor, which I think you guys read about her in CNA.
Yeah, she was recently featured.
Yeah, Christina. She will go to Australia or Japan to source the dogs. So when the dogs come into Singapore, within 2 months, right, then she will start training.
Oh.
Then she will ascertain whether the dog is suitable for which candidate through profile matching. So
It's almost like it's almost like a dating service,
it's
right?
like she's the matchmaker, lor.
Wow.
So it's like she has to, because before a person gets a guide dog, right?
Yeah.
Now come to the human aspect of things. She has to assess how independent that person is.
Oh, of course.
And whether that person can handle a guide, like a cane, right? So how is your home environment like? What are your roots and stuff like that? And then she also has to ascertain your health, whether are you strong enough to handle a dog? You know, because some dogs can be very strong. Like Hesta, she's a very strong dog. So when she pulls you, you can literally fly if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Okay. So then she'll need to ascertain whether are you okay, your home environment okay, and stuff like that. Then when the dog is about to complete its training, right, then she will know which profile to match. And then the work starts with the team, whereby it will take about 3 to 4 weeks before she passed us out as a guide dog team. After 2020, before 2020, my first dog, I flew to Japan, where I stayed with her for 1 month in the organization that she came from, and I flew her back to Singapore solo.
Oh my goodness.
Solo flight with the dog.
So how many guide dogs are there in Singapore that are now currently working?
Under Guide Dog Singapore is 9, but then there are 1 or 2 independent guide dogs that have been imported.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a lot of demand for more guide dogs? Would you be aware?
Yeah, the waiting list is getting longer and longer.
So demand stretches supply.
Yeah, but the older one person on the wait list is about 60 years old. So somebody asked me, 60 years old can or not? I say 60 years old to get a first guide dog is a bit risky.
I see.
But can try.
Oh, because of the
Age
Because
considerations.
age, no, because if the guy has osteoporosis,
yeah lah.
if the fellow falls, then consequences could be grave lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go to you now, Lily. Who supports you? Do you have a support network that you can rely on?
Friends, some colleagues that I work with, friends, and then I'm actually quite introvert. But when I need to work, I have to go out lah. No choice.
No choice. So a day in the life of Lily, what do you do?
Usually I will start my day with Hesta. Usually I'll finish doing what she has to do first, her business, then feed her and whatever not. Then after that, I'll go and have my own breakfast and stuff. Then I'll start my day working. So if there are meetings, then we'll go out. Then if not, then I'll stay home to do some emails or do some research for something. Or if let's say I have a project to do, then I will have to go and do proposals and stuff like that lah. So like for their festival, for instance, that we're going to talk later, there are a lot of things that I need to do being the producer.
Yes.
Why don't we talk about it now?
I was
What
going to
is
say
their
that.
festival about?
Dare we talk about it?
Yes, we dare.
Because it's all about showcasing, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Lily, persons with disabilities and really the creative artistic talents that they possess.
Yeah, actually it's more than showcasing persons with disabilities. Actually, it's a collaboration between mainstream artists like yourself, Hosen, and persons with disabilities to put out a show or a concert whereby everybody shares the same stage, everybody gets the same say, and everybody respects each other in the space. We celebrate creativity and creatives, and we also ensure that persons or artists with disabilities get fair compensation
Okay.
and not token sum. Yeah.
I think that's always been a bugbear with every artist, no matter whether you've got disability or not. Pay us fairly. But you're absolutely right. I think no matter who, as long as you're a creative, we all should get compensated fairly.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So you find that people undercompensate, especially if you've got a disability?
Oh, very much.
Really? Yeah. Oh.
I was asked to give a talk, a 90-minute talk to an organization that is got very good established footing in Singapore for their learning festival. So I asked them, I said, how much can your company afford? They tell me 200. I said, no, sorry.
Okay.
I nowadays I turn down, not because I feel that I don't need the money, but I feel that if your company is reporting so much of profits, why are you treating us like some kind of only pay you this and this is enough?
This is about respect.
Yeah. And I remember 3 years ago when we went to an organization to do a Christmas lunch. So what happened was I asked for 1K because there were like 8-9 of us there. And then someone who linked us up actually told my colleague, oh, we just feed them, we just put food on the table lah. Beggars cannot be choosers.
Wow.
Why do we need to pay them?
What kind of attitude is that?
Then I say no. So in the end, finally, after much pressure, the organization actually paid us.
As they should. I mean, we're as you know, as speakers, as creatives, as content creators, I think we can't just sit back and say, kick up our heels and say, okay, whatever, feed us.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to put rice on the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone
It's a
has a
living.
family to support, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Lily, you've always been quite a creative. We introduced you as a creative arts educator. You have directed, produced films. So when did you come to realize that this was something you had a knack for?
How should I say? I was thrust into it because of COVID.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because when 2020 came along and everything shuts down, everything shut down. So I'm thinking a lot of my friends who are disabled, for me, I'm still working. I was working towards getting my accreditation for ACLP.
Yes, and you beat me to it. That's the certificate that will allow you to be a certified trainer
Right.
Yeah.
for adults. And I believe you're the first blind certified trainer.
Yeah, so at that time I was preparing for that, and also I realized that we needed money, and also realized that NAC had this DPG, Digital Presentation Grant. So I actually approached a friend who just left British Council, and she was also looking for something. So I said, let's apply. And then we applied. So after the application, we got the grant, and the amount was more than what we expected.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
So what happened was, so I got together a few others, and we came together and we produced a film, Perspectives, that had its premiere in 2021. That's how I started my film production journey. And at that time, I was just eeny, miny, minimal. So I just called a few friends, one of who was Michael, who adopts niece. I said, hey, do you want to be my DOP? I need a DOP. Then
Sorry, what's the
he was like director of photography.
Okay.
So he was like, okay, let's do it. And then after that, he got his friend Vincent in. And Vincent is now my boss, so to speak, my boss, sitting here. He was editing the film, and I think it really touched him. And that's how Collective Perspectives got co-founded.
Okay, so that's what we're going to come into talking about that. So collective perspectives. So what does it do, and what does it do for everyone?
Collective Perspectives, actually, what we want to do is to take the I am possible in one person, right, in someone, and then take the skills that they have and help them to professionalize into a craft or work. For instance, one of my friends, Stephanie, who had 50 poems kept in her closet for God knows how long, which she took 18 years to write. And then she came to us and we said, okay, let us help you do something. So what happened was we started Shades Publishers, whereby we publish collective Shades, the book. And now it's like, although we don't have a lot of aggressive marketing campaign, but we sold close to 1,000 copies. Yeah.
And it's a collection of poems by Stephanie.
Yes, 50 poems.
Yeah.
So, and she was happy that through this, she had many open doors, whereby she was invited to do many other stuff, of which Assembly from CNA is one of those. So also collective perspectives, because of the work we do, to help disabled persons or artists to empower them by helping them to professionalize their craft. We were also awarded the Champion Award for Culture by the Brands for Good this year, and also one of the nominees for Race Social Enterprise Award 2023.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And there's this collective perspectives. So it's all people with different kind of disabilities, is it? Not just for visually impaired.
Yeah, it's not only for VIs,
Okay.
not for visually impaired. It's for anyone who feels that they have a craft and they want someone to, or a company to help them market or to promote them.
Right.
They can come to us.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I think that was kind of showcased, at least on stage, at past DARE festivals as well. You know, we had friends with Down syndrome. We've got the hearing impaired as well.
Yes.
But yet, wow, the amazing talents. I mean, especially the lady who was not able to hear, but she was, signing the lyrics and the words and grooving to the music, because they can still, feel rhythm and,
Yes.
right, beats and all.
Yes.
So that was like, wow, that was a wow moment for me.
Yeah,
the DARE festival.
because I remember this dance group Redefinition, who can they do hip hop and everything.
Yes.
It's quite wonderful to watch.
Yeah.
And be part of it. Now, but coming back to because we don't live alone. We are not an island. We live in a society with community. How far do you think we have come as a society in being inclusive?
I think I would say the government has been very proactive in this arena. However, I would say the turning point came in 2016, whereby a lot of things happened because of set of SG Enable
Yes.
and the umbrella body and stuff like that. So the government became more proactive, and hence after the Enabling Master Plan 3, right, they now have this EMP 2030, whereby every one of us are participating and helping each other to reach the goal. So I would say we still have a lot more to go. In terms of infrastructure, we are as close to Japan as possible.
Oh, really? That's great.
But I just feel that there's only a few things that they need to improve, which I've been talking to LTA, but I don't think they are very proactive in doing this, whereby the top-up machines, in Japan, if you go and see the top-up machines, right, for MRT top-up machines, you see that they have voice, they have braille, they have screen. So I feel that in Singapore, with our technology, we can actually do that.
Right.
Oh,
So
so
that-
we haven't reached that standard yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened, one thing that we did is that DBS Bank, I must say, I must thank them for their accessibility in the consumer banking side of things. If you go to the DBS ATM machines, you see that on your machine, right, there's a earphone
Yes, there's a
Gadget.
little bit of you can put your
on the right
jack in
side,
there.
right? If you put your gadget, your earphone there, what happens is the whole screen will go blank, and then the blind person can use the touch buttons because it actually speaks up.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done, DBS.
Yeah, special
Yeah.
plans out there. Right. Okay, so that's more ecosystem infrastructure services.
Yeah.
What about people.
Yeah, on the ground,
What
people.
was that what you're gonna
I was
ask?
going to ask as well
Yeah.
because like we've got the fine, infrastructure where Singapore's very good at that, building and
Yes.
putting things in place, but society.
I think people, there are a lot more education that we can do, in the sense whereby we don't need to rely on organizations serving people, but as a community we can also do our part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
how do you think we can do that?
I think if we can advocate for ourselves and for others around us, that would be a good thing. Like sometimes when you see a wheelchair person going in the MRT, what you do is you can actually ask the people who are standing at the wheelchair slots to give way so that they can park their chair there.
Right. If not, just go siam ah.
But do you think Singaporeans tend to be like, a bit paiseh, and they don't want to speak up for others sometimes because it's like it's a mind your own business society?
Yeah, sometimes I will speak up because if you need to go in there and then the wheelchair is blocking, so I'll say, excuse me, can somebody give this person a slot to park the wheelchair? Then the person will say, no, it's okay. I say, no, because that is for you.
Yeah.
And if you do not move, you're blocking the door. People cannot go in and out of the train, you see.
Right.
So it's also for the convenience of others as well as yourself.
For sure.
So that you do not get sandwiched in between people. Yeah, it's also safety.
Okay, so on the broadest term of society and inclusivity, what about guide dogs in your experiences in public spaces, for example, restaurants, or how does it work?
Obviously, because frontline staff always change on the ground, right? Sometimes that turnover for frontline staff is very high.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, usually when we go into a certain place to eat, usually first time they will tell you, say no. So what you have to do, you have to explain. If they tell you no, then usually I would say, then can I speak to your manager? So if they say I'm the manager and they still say no, I'll say call NEA. So I will try not to escalate the situation. But if really they say no, that's okay, bye, I'll take my business elsewhere.
Right. Does it happen often?
Yeah, then we go next door.
Does it happen often though?
Not as often as 10 years ago, but still happening because most frontline staff are foreigners as well.
So ignorance lah, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
So what happened is, after that, when we take this, we'll write to the management.
Right.
Then the management will tell, we are guide dog friendly. I said, but does
Why
your staff know about it?
about
Yeah,
So it doesn't
correct.
cascade to the ground.
Correct.
But so let's set the record straight. Guide dogs are not to be treated in the same category and classification as pets dogs, right? And they are actually by law permissible to be allowed into F&B establishments across Singapore.
Correct. All establishments, including halal establishments as well. And the only two places that guide dogs cannot enter are operating theatre and commercial kitchen.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there we have set the record straight. It's gone public. If you're an F&B owner, you have to let the guide dog and its owner into your restaurant.
And I'm glad we're having this conversation
Yeah.
because I think awareness still is unfortunately lacking in that space, and we need to get this message out.
Yeah, and also 1-2 years down the road, you have hearing dogs, you have mobility assistance dogs, your psychiatric assistance dog coming into Singapore because an organization is training this. Canine assistants, they are doing this, and they are now training the dogs. So I think in years to come, you'll see more of such dogs going around.
So yeah, as well as the fact that we are an aging society, an aging
Yes.
community as well. So
Yeah.
I think this is going to be important to create all this awareness that's happening. So I mean, let's kind of round up and be
And talk about the toys that we have
the
on
toys.
the table. Well, I wouldn't say toys.
Well, not toys.
My kid,
I
your
know
nephew,
you've been
plays-
staring at the Lego.
Yeah, I know. I want to build things and dreams and daring ambitions that I have.
Yeah.
But you brought in some Lego pieces. So tell us more about why they are associated with you. How do you connect with them?
Because now Lego has this thing called Braille Lego bricks, whereby kids with sight loss as well as kids can play at the same time. So without sight loss. So actually they can build stuff
Yep.
with all these different colors. So if you do workshops with kids, you can do like, ask them to build trains or build what, according to different colors or different things. So there's this Duplo, so big and small. So all these things, they can all start to use them and they can all live as a community. And my dream for Singapore is one day the word inclusion can be erased. And the word disability can be erased. We see everybody as who we are and not what we are.
So these are, you said, Braille bricks.
Braille bricks, yeah. So if you see these letters, right? So this is G. The I'm holding is G.
Okay.
If you see that's below, there's this G equivalent that is written at the bottom.
Yes.
So then the kid, the blind kid and the sighted kid can actually play the same, and they can actually learn the same. Yeah.
Right. I'm holding on to an R only because I read as an R.
Yeah. So actually, 3 weeks back, I went to a preschool to give a talk on access as well as Lego bricks. So I was having this mini workshop with these K2 kids, and I had this story of, a cat. So we said, can you build a cat? So every group has a cat. So we asked, what does the cat eat? So some say sushi, some say, some say. So it's
Japanese
okay.
cat.
So I said, okay, what does the cat eat with, when you have a sushi? So they say, some say fish, some say seaweed and stuff like that. So last Friday when I went to the Good Start conference to give a talk, right, I felt the Lego that the kids built. They built an inclusive playground for kids, for cats, as well as a learning environment for cats, and also a home for the cats. Maybe I will send you the photo later.
Wow.
That's great.
So they say, inspired by your workshop, the K2s actually worked together and they built this whole Lego set of cat playground, cat dwellings, and whatever not. So it's quite interesting to see like how one mini workshop can influence a kid's thinking.
And look at the impact that you're having, Lily.
Absolutely. All right, maybe one final question. So before you wrap up, what next for Collective Perspective?
And also personally.
And for you, what next for you?
For me, I think education and advocacy will never stop. It's still going on. And I hope that through their festivals that we are doing different years, different concept, I hope that more people will come to realize that disabled persons are just like you, and we do not, lead a different life. It's just that we do things differently from you.
Absolutely.
Couldn't be better said than that.
For collective perspectives would be, of course, we hope to have more projects and more people coming on board to help us realize the dreams of persons with disabilities and to have more partners with corporates or anybody who feels that they want to join our ecosystem, they can come to us.
How are they going to contact you?
We have a website,
Collective Perspectives.
collectivep.com.
Or collectivep.com.
Yeah, then you can reach us through our contact page or email.
That's right. And also just, look out for their annual DARE festivals as well. And you might be able to get tickets as well once you are aware of those events.
Aware of DARE?
Aware of DARE.
Yeah, and DARE
towards
this
the end
year.
of the year.
Yeah, if you are coming, can I say the date here?
Well, for this year, I believe it's going to be on the 16th
November.
of November.
Yeah, this is
And this year is
2025.
the SG60 edition. It's quite interesting. You can use the SG Culture Pass.
Oh, very good. Yes, of
to get
course.
your
Because in
tickets.
September, I think we can start using the SG
Yes.
Culture Pass already,
Correct,
$100 for
yes.
each citizen.
Correct.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Lily, for joining us, and Hesta as well for being so good under the table.
I think she's fallen asleep.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
she deserves it.
And thank you for your time listening or watching us on YouTube. More on the Leong Form podcast, you can always tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the Double Confirm Productions, the Leong Form YouTube page.
That's right. Until the next one drops,
Drops.
we'll say goodbye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's so millennial. Drop.
It's drop what?
Drop. Ooh. Okay, bye.
Bye.